That's obvious. Put some fire. The guy's green, put some red. Put some red on it. Red 40 for that puppy. And luckily in the DLC, most bosses did not have 2-3 phases. I felt like that was better balanced than in the base game. I think they listened to the feedback from the people. At some point in the base game, everybody was having 2 phases, even when it wasn't quite needed. And I feel like they found ways to balance that out in the DLC. Maybe not necessarily by just making the first base boss, but by playing with all the techniques. Like, for example, making a really annoying boss with tons of crappy hitboxes in this case. Or by making multiple bosses in the same arena, or making a boss that has sort of like an evolution within its health bar that changes some of the moves, and just leaving 2 phases for the really important bosses, which is fair, and I like that. I like that they did that. Better than 2 bars, you know. As much damage as you're doing on 1 bar, it's so demoralizing to see it go up again to be another whole bar. Man, oh man. So yeah, 45 minutes later, this was it. This was the guy and its moves.
I was told that murderous puppet had come to call on me. So who is this handsome guest standing before me? It matters not. You belong to me now.
More or less. She has like 2 phrases. So I recommend you come in with most of your patience and you try your best so that you can get out of here pretty quickly. I really liked the fight. I don't know what to tell you. It was everything that the crocodile wasn't. Remember to proc your weapon, by the way. I used fire. Seemed good enough for both of them, in my opinion. It changed a lot of the fight for me because I was doing a lot more damage, and once she's procced, she's at least getting some of that damage away. Try not to get yourself in a corner too much. Try to also keep them both in sight if you can. I would say for the puppet, the main move that you have to be concerned about is the phase transition. That's one that you should prioritize to learn for sure from the puppet. And also the across the distance she comes like a shooting star kind of thing. You should avoid that one as well. It's quite heavy for no reason. Regarding her moves, she does magic pretty much. She mainly has balls that she plays with. Go figure what that's supposed to mean. There is a blue balls attack that she crashes a bunch of them in the ground. There is one that sweeps around. That both of those you can get away pretty much and just let her be. Ignore her, I guess, for those. If you feel confident enough to perfect parry, it will increase her stagger meter though, for sure. And she has the slap one, that is a very good opportunity at the end to hit her, and the jump one into the ground, which is also a good opportunity to hit her. If you're controlling both her and the puppet positioning, you'll find a lot of ins. In phase 2, however, it will be it will be a matter of skill and luck. Be very careful with the swirling blue balls. That is a grab.
I had no rival beyond Leia. It should have been the two of us, locked in a fight to the death.
And when she lands, she's always a little weak. And that's pretty much all it took me to get her. In phase 2, she was doing a bit more damage because she makes her hammer be fire only. But it is not a completely different boss. If you know the moves the first time around, you will know them the second as well. Another thing that helped me for the winning attempt was using my corrosive on her. It got a lot of damage buildup in it. Also, another thing that is good about bosses that are human is that when you use your heavy on them, or when you use the string and attack them, it knocks them to the ground and you get a free hit out of that. That's very useful, in my opinion. The string cannot be overestimated. Whatever the other weapons are doing, the string is adding more to your life. Listen to me convert to the string. Sadly, this was it for Veronique, with one final heavy attack and a visceral. She
I was waiting for your call. Let's finish this.
There is no trophy with this boss. There is no boss weapon that it drops. However, it is a necessary boss. You still have to do it to proceed. And I didn't find it to be too bad. Some of the parries were very telegraphed in my opinion. That made it kind of fun. It's also part of the quest with the tracker, so he, you know, he gets some extra lines of dialogue from that. I thought it was very cool. I grabbed some good parries during the fight. I had a critical as well. I did like one of those visceral attacks. The fire was very useful for me, and it proved to be the right decision. As soon as I swapped, it was done. I had some good parries, some not so good. He's very telegraphed. For players of for players of E33, maybe this fight will be easy as well, right? Because of how long-winded the parries are in there sometimes, the fake outs and whatnot. Yeah, he got angry, but it wasn't enough for him to win. He was very focused on the tracker. I still managed my parries quite well, even though the beef wasn't just with me. I was on my game. I guess it was meant to be. I think the extra lines of dialogues were very cool. Right away, using the string as he's going down. Whenever he's underground, I remember that the best way to go is to just roll around when he stopped moving. I proc on the fire via special, and I keep my distance while he's puking. Probably for the best. Remember that he does corrosive and you would have to go all the way to your weapon to fix it if it got you, basically. Here's a good time to parry. I don't do it, but I'm trying. So at least I know now that I can parry. I land some good parries after that to redeem myself, and I can go home happy. I proc again for the fire while I'm doing my visceral because, you know, that made sense to me. You can see the health pool is not super big for this boss, right? It's like a side boss kind of thing. And then it goes away and your boss bar disappears.
Hey, get back here! I hate to say it, but we gotta let this one go, buddy. We have more urgent goals.
Few in the game that have it. And the sign at the door. Let's watch it. I thought the cutscene was one of the coolest in the game. The vibes of the one reborn as well for it. Looks like a hand holding a cocoon of sorts, right? With chains. Rocking with fire, and my objective is to land every parry I can so that I have to heal as little as possible going into phase 2. If you see where I positioned myself for that attack, I was right between the two horns. That way I was attacking them both with a single swing, and that helps it proc with fire faster. That does a little more damage. It's getting that health down a lot faster. And landing those red parries in to not get my health deleted. For this attack, the slam and swish, I parried the slam and I dodge in the swish so that I can get a little sneaky attack at the end. I didn't do very good on the parrying on the 1, 2, 3 still. I would have liked to show you that I did learn how to do that parry, but somehow I didn't land it in my winning attempt. Trust me, in 5 hours I landed a parry to everything and I missed a parry of everything. I never got consistent enough to be showing off. I've had to heal a couple of times in phase 1. Not ideal, but he's also taking a little longer to phase out. That sort of glowing thing, it looks like it does more damage, doesn't it? After a certain amount of time, you get this cutscene. Certain amount of damage, I guess. He phases out. I've done better, but I can't complain. For the Ray, I learned that going in and getting really close to his face would almost always, you know, allow me to get a sneaky hit, and he follows it up with a slam and switch, which I try to proc at. I try to save my special for that time. I parry, and I'm still trying to proc right away. He loses his arm thing, his arm horn. So that gives me a couple of extra attacks. His health has gone quickly down on that combo. You gotta be careful in phase 2 as the 1, 2, 3 becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after you parry 1, 2, 3, which I did parry right that time, if you looked, I just dodge inwards and miss the final 2 hits. If you parry this move, he really loses it. You have to be careful though, as his hand, as you can tell, falls on you. Sometimes I could tell where I was going with that, but some other times I failed it, like here. I got by the Ray even though I was very much dodging it, and I ran away from the AoE. The AoE, you can roll it, but you cannot parry it. Don't try to parry it. It's not a good idea. I keep trying to go for that horn, feeling like if I get a grippy of that horn, I will win. But he starts doing this crap, and now it's the time to really dodge everywhere you can barely see. I try my best and I only got hit once, so I consider that a success. That was 4 races. About to do another one. A little cheater, spammer, a biblical asshole. It looks like one too. I now did not land anything. You'll have to forgive me for that because I was just completely panicking at that point. He was giving me finally the visceral attack and I was very excited for it. Getting a couple of punches in, going into his mouth and just critting that. I wanted to have one final attack and not even let him get up. And that did it. You get the Anguish Guardian trophy for it. Very lucky on how that visceral positioned me. I was going to be greedy until the end and die if he got up. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. Now that the god of this ruin is dead, we get a cutscene of the crumbling of this area. Beautiful fight, in my opinion. Very entertaining to learn.
How in the world are you still alive? You really are one of the luckiest fellows I've ever met. All that effort to stop you down the drain. Proud of yourself? It's no great mystery, lad. For myself, obviously. Wait, You expected some grand speech on justice, honor, and duty. Meaningless concepts in this world. No speeches, just action. I just need to carry out my part in Sir Simon's grand plan. And then, I'll reap all the rewards I have sown. Whoever lives, dies, or fights means nothing to me. Let us take you, for example. You think your story means anything? You are a nuisance, to be disposed of. A nobody. Veronique was a nuisance too. One who dug too deep. The legendary stalker and the leader of the sweepers. Two troublesome sides of the same coin. It is indeed unfortunate that my trap built for two snared only one. That so-called legend, Leia Florence, evaded my scheme. But you know where she is. Don't you? I'm so glad you mentioned this. Of course, I too want only peace. You see, I abhor violence. We are not savages, my good fellow. I am grateful the alchemist dealt with Veronique. I find such things distasteful. Now, it's your turn. And what could be a more peaceful solution than you simply not resisting and allowing me to do what I must?
I didn't record every death that I had, but let's just say it was like half an hour of being here or so. Alright, here's the winning attempt. Let's see what I got up to with it. Like I was saying, it wasn't a long time here. It was more of like just getting that final phase down and adjusting to the change of pace. I was trying to time my dancing and prancing. I wasn't getting super lucky with it, but at least I procced the burn, you know, did some damage. Right after he heals is a good time to do the string if you time it correctly, and not a whole lot, but you know, if you know where to move, you can also land behind him when he's coming to you with that red attack. Obviously you can parry the red attack, which I didn't do, and just work his back. Some will be stolen, but eventually you'll get your backstab. I had much better attempts than this. I'll probably show you them, you know, before this, where it was much easier to get the backstabs, but you know, you get to the same point anyways. I have my full special, I have procced as well, so I'm trying whenever he stops meandering, I'm gonna go and do all that to see if I can proc, yeah, fire as fast as possible, and then parry the rest, you know? Try to get a little lucky here and there. Like I said, he's very messy, so you don't want to leave anything to chance. Once you beat this boss, you're gonna obtain a trophy. It is a 2-part trophy that you've been working on since you killed Veronique, where you kill each leader. I completely messed with my heavy attack there, but I landed the parry, so it wasn't too bad. I got the hard stab, and that's it for him. Honor and Revenge is the trophy. Kill the leader of the Bastards and the leader of the Sweepers. Honor was Veronique.
Where's
legend I faced before.
Shut up, you filthy puppet!
Oh, no. I must ask. Did you actually believe you could save your beloved apprentice? And who might you be?
So I certainly benefited from having the extra person right away. I went to let her up and I started doing my thing. She doesn't get too damaged in phase 1 for the most part, especially if you keep control of him and you do your best. He was focused on me. I had an idea what to do, but you'd see he would turn around and go to her all of a sudden. It was a little more complicated because of that. He could just suddenly choose a different one to turn on. Now, if you do this attack in phase 1, you do it on your own and you do a lot of damage. But if you do it with her in phase 2, you do very little.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for! This The alchemists offered me nothing but boredom. But you two, you'll offer me something greater, won't you?
It's up to you if you want to see it or not. It's a very cool attack. Also, when he has very low health, she will kill him off. She will literally off him. She'll take like a quarter of his bar off. She'll say, "I'll never stop for Romeo!" And she just like kills him. It's incredibly cool. Maybe I'll include in the previous editing one of the tries where she did that so you guys could see it. I didn't get a chance to because I was doing a ton of damage and I also wanted to do a ton of damage. Phase 2, like I said, just getting past that initial attack and now later on just letting her take some of the heat when you need to heal is important. I had equipped electrical and I had him procced with electrical, which I thought was great. When those red things come in the floor, you just dodge that to the side as like a roll. You don't want to parry that. You don't want to parry that. Visceral attack right here is it does like no damage, but man, it's an awesome attack. I didn't want to miss it. I wanted to have the combo. The dream duo. What a sad situation to be fighting together. But it was awesome. Depending on when you land on him, you can get a couple of sneaky attacks if he's focused on Leia especially. I also was worried that he would kill Leia. And oh, he's doing the big thing again. This is what I was telling you. I was getting multiple of these, so I was okay, you know, to do it. You just parry spam right here in this part of the move, and here you just follow the rhythm for the parry. Hopefully you land that heal if you have to for the final one. He does have, yeah, that one move that you should dodge, but you get at the end of that an opportunity to attack him, and that's where I killed him. For defeating him, you get the Blood Artist trophy. Let's watch a cutscene.
was fun while it lasted.
What?
Thank you. It's yours now. All this time, I wondered why you look so familiar. Now I know.
Oh, like a Cinderella moment with the image of the Pietà as well. Just P disappears, then the sunrise, and we've seen this image of the Pietà several times during Lies of P. There, it is in the place where you can respec. It is where right at the very end of the game when Sophia is carrying you, and now here it's this like vulnerability